I'm trying to focus on Rina-san's costume and ignoring the two reindeers. Please don't ruin this moment for me! Shinosuke was in big trouble last time, wasn't he? In front of Heart's overwhelming power, he was left with no choice but a suicide attack, which gets briefly interrupted by Kiriko and Rina recapping the past episodes for us. Anyway, both Heart and Shinosuke are about to go kaboom, but who intervenes if not Machine Chaser? Seems like his intervention, which was the promise he made to Heart, managed to save the Roid Mute, but Shinosuke apparently perished. Back to the SCU, the group has tried to warn the top brass about Volt and his plans, but for some reason, they didn't believe the group formed exactly to investigate these monsters that the world knows exist! That's so fucking dumb! This leaves the SCU and a few cops willing to cooperate with them alone with the task of finding Volt before it's too late, and then, in the dry pit, we discover that Shinosuke also survived the explosion. Belt-san is mad at him, more for suggesting that they leave him to die than anything else. The whole reason Belt-san developed Tridron, which is like a second body for him, was to never allow another person to fight or die alone, like it happened to Proto Drive. We're introduced to 3 new shift cars, who are also the ones who saved Shinosuke and brought him back, and who made Heart and Chaser believe Shinosuke died in the explosion. They were stationed abroad because Roid Mutes were indeed acting all over the world, but they're now all coming back to Japan. After a little push and the promise of a birthday date from Kiriko, anyway, he's back on his feet. Next target, Volt! And speaking of the bad guys, Heart will need time to recover, so Brain offers to take care of the rest of the plan. Machine Chaser is supposed to be resting too, but he stubbornly decides to follow and help the Green Executioner. While the rest of the SCU tries to find Volt the old-fashioned way, Shinosuke visits the home of the deceased author that Volt is copying. He finds out that Goro had collaborated with another person, Nishihori Koya, which is also a criminal Shinosuke Spartan arrested in the past. And what seems to be the beginning of another sketch, which I don't understand, is revealed to be Shinosuke's captain got him a meeting with the imprisoned Nishihori in less than a minute. Like a boss! At the meeting, Nishihori admits to know the ending of the Unholy Knight story, and Shinosuke scares him into telling right away. Huh. Anticlimactic. Anyway, the location is going to be a mall where a building with a ship similar to the test device is. Kiriko and Shinosuke manage to intercept the Volt, only to find out that they didn't really survive. The device recorded his mind before he died, and then absorbed electricity to give it a new body. It's a cyberpunk ghost in short. He attacks the duo, but Shinosuke is not going to let this guy ruin his hot date. After a brief skirmish, he manages to trap Volt with Justice Hunter, but the coup de grace is avoided with the intervention of Chaser and Brain. Kiriko has no choice but to go after Volt herself with Tridron, while Shinosuke and the shift cars take care of the newcomers. Kiriko can't reach Volt in time to stop him from initiating the process, but she's timely to see him transform into a giant spider. Noticing the matter, Shinosuke does the unthinkable. He pleads with Machine Chaser to let him go. He'll fight him whenever he wants, but there are lives at stake at the moment, and surprisingly, Chaser lets him go. And for his trouble, the Shinigami gets attacked by Brain. In the meanwhile, the piece of machinery Heart has is starting to crackle with electricity, and Kiriko and Tridron are obviously outmatched alone against the Volt Spider, but at the last moment, Kiriko is saved by a mysterious figure wrapped in shadows that looks like a Kamen Rider? and that's when Shinosuke also arrives, distracting her and of course allowing the mysterious sailor to disappear. While Shinosuke and Tradron deal with the giant spider, Kiriko hurries to the device, the destroyed giant form, but Volt itself is still not down and chases after Kiriko, but Shinosuke is hot on his tail. Now free of disturbances, Kiriko uses her gun to destroy the control device. Volt is out of resurrections and a combined finisher of Tradron and Shinosuke ends the electric menace once and for all. And while the heroes rejoice, Brainy is pissed and Chaser is confused. He can't understand why he let Shinosuke go, and while he ponders this, he reverts to a new form, or an old one. A Rodmute one with the number 000. Belt-san sees this and he understands something. Of course, we don't get to hear it immediately. Back at the Rodmute's base, Heart and Brain are now discussing Chaser, but sadly, whatever process the machinery was doing is complete. The blackout lasted long enough. And that process was resurrecting someone, a woman, in gothic Lolita clothing, named Medic, who Heart gets really emotional about seeing again. And speaking of reunions, we then shift to Shinosuke and Kiriko finally having their dinner, which is not a date at all, since the rest of the SCU is here and oh my god, Rina-san Santa outfit! While Shinosuke suffers for deluded expectations, outside Belt-san and the shift cars look on. And they're not the only ones, the still transformed Chaser is looking on too, and we discover that this is the first time he's ever seen his number. Also, the writing before the break was lying, we don't get to hear what's the deal with that number. Oh boy, where do I begin? Well, first, Shinosuke's actor has reached maturity with his character. It doesn't feel awkward anymore. No matter what he does, comedic or dramatic moments, he feels genuine. Second, seems like Shinosuke isn't going to be the only Kamen Rider in this series. I thought that after Gaim's World the Riders Bonanza, they had gone back to a series focused on a single rider, but it'll be interesting to see, especially since Belt-san developed the drive's technology in secret. The only known user was Proto Drive, so either it was a competitor, an unknown leak, or holy fucking shit, that guy died saving the world and he got vivisected for it. I wonder if the vivisectee wasn't this mysterious medic who Heart almost broke down in tears for. She refers to him as Heart-sama, so she's a subordinate, and again Heart seems pretty emotional toward all his allies, but I see something more. And with that kind of name, I think that from now on the Rodmutes aren't going to be as easily dispatched anymore, just like I won't be able to dismiss the SCU's captain as a mindless fool again. Those were some mighty strings he pulled. And you know what else was mighty? Shinosuke's disappointment when he realized, nope, no date with Kiriko, and thank god, because a romantic interest from the female cop would have been kind of out of the left field. While these two have great partner chemistry, romantic chemistry? Nah, just don't see it. I don't know if it's the writing or just how the two actors work off each other. It's Kotai Mai all over again. If anything, I see more potential with Chaser. I mean, if he is indeed prototype repurposed, he doesn't even add to any romance, but I so want to see that arc happening. But still, it begs the question. If he's proto-drive, why does he have 000 as a number? That makes him the prototype, older than even Heart, who's 001. And again, why doesn't Brain trust him? So many questions. And so few days until the end of the year. This time I'm concluding this video with my best wishes of a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Rider fans. If you want to give me a present, subscribe, like, comment and share. Let me know what you think is in store for Shinosuke in Drive's second arc. Personally, I think we're in for an hostility escalation. If the Rodmutes are all converging on Japan, there must be a reason, and I doubt they all have girlfriends there. Meinos Kaen out!